EA Sports. And we'll see the Colts sure-handed wide receiver. He rises when it matters most as he comes in third in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Colts and the Jets. All that and more coming up next.
Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And they had it easy last week. They jumped out to an early lead and then put it on cruise control from there.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
To throw is Robinson. Off the play fake. Able to find his man, Woods. And he is going to have the Colts first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be taken in by Ashton Dulin. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. To another on-target throw. And that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season. And that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now what a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with an idea. Slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw on 2nd down, Robinson. A throw on the money there to Dulin. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 31-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Robinson on 1st and 10. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. They'll look to throw again. And Woods has it complete. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Going to the air on the opening drive. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the right side, complete to Taylor. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a first carry for their fullback. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Robinson now to throw on 3rd down. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Ashton Dulin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. So they're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 14 carries, 69 yards.
He's really been someone special to watch this season. It brings a real unique element to their offense. Even with defenses focusing on him all year, he still sits 4th in the league in yardage. Hard to come up with an answer for a back punt.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaquille Leonard able to record his 5th sack of the season. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised him and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
On 1st down, Wilson. Pass incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
It just gave gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try to spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. At that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
This is taken at the 15. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in.
There's Robinson showing the flash, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Robinson from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Here's Robinson on 1st down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Robinson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw is Robinson on 3rd down. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 38.
Off play action. Robinson. Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Now Robinson throwing on 3rd and long. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, one from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 at 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now Hall to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Hall again on 2nd down. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. First and 10, Taylor now. Oh, he shifts past him. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
Partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 40-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Wilson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. We'll get this up to about the 44. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action now. Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 40. There's Wilson to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 40. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Back to the ground with Hall. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Play action. It's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Third and long. It's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Blake Gillikin on a punt now on 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it out in order to try and get the upset win.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Robinson now. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as the Jet was shaken up on that one. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw. Robinson. He finds Pierce. It's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. They showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
McLaughlin for the extra point. It's good to make it 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The New York set to take the field. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The defense rising to the challenge and setting it back on the sand. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continue to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Now it's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd. Here's Blake Gillikin now. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Robinson throwing to start the drive. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Here's Robinson to throw on 2nd down. And some room to work. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
To throw is Robinson. Throwing on 1st down. That's complete to Pierce. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Back to throw again. A quick throw, but incomplete.
I see the surprise on your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw to the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. Back to throw. Robinson being chased out left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Now Robinson looking to throw on 2nd down. He finds Robinson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. Taylor. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Here's Sims now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And New York set to take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time.
I
You did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Eric Johnson coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Now Wilson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Wilson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain there of 30 big ones.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Wilson's throw complete there to Moore. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Here's Wilson. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Blake Gillikin on the punt here as he'll send this one away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
That's good for 28 yards.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Robinson now on 1st and 10. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. That pass is caught by Hardy. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 29-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you